All right, guys, welcome to another live session. I've been normally doing this on Facebook. It's my first time on YouTube, so hopefully you guys can hear me and things are going well. We're just kind of learning as we go along here. So if you are joining me live, I want to say thank you so much for joining me live tonight. There's a chat box over in the corner of the screen where you can ask me questions as we go through the unboxing of the SDS200. If you're catching this on a replay, thank you so much for catching us on the replay. And if you have any questions, again, either live or during the replay, go ahead and post them either in the comments below or in the chat box. And if it's live, I'll try and answer them. And if this is a replay, then I will definitely try and come back and answer your questions on replay. And also, I'll do some follow-up videos as well, going through and making some additional videos. Right now, the goal really is tonight just go through an unboxing. We'll just turn it on. We'll do some comparisons to the 536, the 996, the 785 because of the size difference here and everything else like that. So Jenny, good to say you can hear me and see me. And if for any reason something doesn't go right here, just let me know. I had a little bit of an issue setting up the stuff yesterday, so that's that. So again, put your questions in the chat box if you have any. Again, if you watch us in replay, go ahead and put your comments. So let me go ahead here and swap screens. Let me find out where that screen is located here, and let's go for it. And here we go. All right, so hopefully you guys can now see the overhead box here. So let's go ahead and start the whole unboxing process. Again, I bought this yesterday, actually arrived yesterday from Scanner Master. And if you're looking to buy the SDS200, you can do so at Scanner Master. There's an actual link in the comments. And that's an affiliate link for me. So if you use that link, then I will get credit for the sale. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Of course, we have a whole lot of peanuts in here as well. We got our little receipt on top. So let's try and not make a mess with the packing peanuts. Alrighty. Get this out of the way. So I guess the first thing we notice, we got a nice colorful box. Kind of reminds me exactly of the SDS100 box. Just get rid of some of this packing material over here off to the side. So let's go through it. Now again, I put this down here just to protect the my desk when I go through and putting the scanner on here. Because the BNC counter is on the back. Also helps me to center the scanner so I know that it's in your view. Let's see if we got the accessory side or the scanner side. I'm assuming we got the accessory side. So typical Uniden fashion, we have our accessory box, which will open in a little bit. I swear this somebody knows how to fold things very well, because once you crack this open, there's no way you're getting that thing back together again. And there we go. There's the SDS200. And again, we have what's really nice. Of course, when you're paying top dollar for a scanner, you expect something like this. We actually have a printed manual. So that's great. So nice nice printed manual here. Walks you through everything, even how to mount it. So got some good reading material. There is about 60 pages with the warranty information here. So it's a good sized manual. We haven't, some of the other scanners do not come with manuals. So it's nice to see that they've included that in here as well. So that's that. And again, some packing material. But you guys don't care about that. You guys want to know what's in the actual box. Let's get into that. First thing you notice is, even just taking it out of the box, you can feel it is definitely a fatter radio than we're used to. If you've taken these out of the box before and noticed the BCT15, the 996 P2s and all that stuff, this one definitely is fatter. First thing I noticed off the bat, which I don't think you guys can see, they rounded the corners on this. Look at the side. See how it's rounded? That is pretty new to this scanner. I don't think I've seen a scanner with a beveled edge like that. So very interesting. So it's lighter than I expected. That's the first thing. Second thing I noticed, besides it being fat, it's definitely lighter. The 996P2 definitely, and the 536 weighs a lot more than this scanner does. So there's that. And then let me just do one more thing here. All right. So who's with me on this one? Screen protector on or off? The first thing I do, I love doing this. There is no better feeling in the world than pulling off the screen protector. Nice size radio. Definitely going to stand out, that's for sure. And this is nice too. They actually have a cover on the USB-A port. We didn't see that in any of the product photos. So it's nice that there is, if you can see it there, there's a cover on the front USB-A port. And again, around back, that's a piece of tape I just added. Nothing special or different from what we saw on the manufacturer's photos. Everything here looks the same as we expected. So, good. We got, I took the cover off as well. Very good. Jenny, it looks like you lost connection there for a second, but I'm glad you're back. And what else we got here? Tim in Texas saying it's fine. 22PDX. Good to hear me. See me fine. Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead. And again, this isn't going to be like the other video I did for the SDS100. I'm going to keep this one a lot shorter than that one. We're just going to take it apart, open it up, turn it on, get my first review on it, do some comparisons. In fact, let's do the comparison now before we get anything wired up and turned on here. So again, you know, we're looking at decent size here, right? So the scanner itself measures right across the front, a little bit more than 7 inches, just a hair over 7. And then off the top, about 3 inches. So I guess when I say a 3.5-inch display, of course they're talking diagonally. So that's what we have here as far as display. If you want to know the top and bottom of the display, we're looking at about 2 by 3, or 3 by 2 rather. Okay. All right. And let's do some comparisons here. Let me move this out of the way here. All right. I lost exactly what I was hoping not to lose. Here is the 785, right? Just a comparison of the width of the radio. If we hold them side by side, then this is a DIN-E scanner, right? Or it's extended DIN, whereas the 996 and the 15s were all DIN sizes, okay? So it's a little bit larger than the 785. We always thought the 785 was a little bit fatter of a radio. Let's go ahead and compare it now to the 996P2. Okay, same width. It's a DIN style, right? So it's exactly the same width, but the height, right? There's your height difference. Okay, so it's 1.5 of these radios here. Other thing I just noticed, I don't know if you can hear, this is a metal case. If I come over here on the SDS200, it's still metal, but it doesn't feel as tight to the case as the 996 does. Definitely feels hollow in here. I mean, I know it's a bezel that goes over the actual radio. If you unscrew these 4 screws back here, this back piece will pop out, so you can slide it in to your mount. All right. Okay. Of course, I lost my jack over there. We'll get to that in a second. And finally, one last comparison here that I want to go through with you guys is this one. Here is the 536. Again, let's just compare these over here. You can definitely tell the difference looking from one to the other, which one to me looks a lot better. So here we go. All right, let's go ahead and power it up and see how we go through a boot sequence on this one. Before I do that, I want to run around the other side of the desk because I just dropped my other audio cable. So excuse me for 1 second. I want to make sure that you guys can hear what's going on as I go through this. So I'm going to plug in the external speaker so you can hear what's going on the radio. You lower my mixer so I don't blow out your eardrums when we do this, and hopefully that this thing is good enough. Actually, and then before we do this one, let's just see what we got in this box here as well. As you can tell, I'm a little bit excited, right, to power on the scanner and get it going. Guys, how's the connection? We so good? I see Steve lost the connection as well. So hopefully we're still live here. Okay, good. Hear me just fine. Very good. So again, we've got the hard screws and also the fast release screws for the mount. We got our typical 3-wire. Now, if you guys don't know what this 3-wire DC connection is for, you got the red is your positive 12 volts and your black is your ground. This orange in the middle, that's your dimmer sense. So you'd run it to something that when you turn your headlights on gets power from your vehicle. Something like your instrument cluster or something something that only comes on when you have your headlights on. That will route 12 volts into the scanner and will auto dim the scanner, so at nighttime the scanner dims on you. Our typical garbage antenna that comes with the unit. A 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter. A wall wart, 12 volts again. A USB, micro USB cable. And then of course we got our stand, aka mount, depending which way you mount it. Alright, I'll have to watch this video again to figure out how to put all this stuff away. Alright, let's fire up the antenna. Again, I'm not going to hook this up to Sentinel today. That's not the point of this video here. The video is just really to get it turned on and take a quick look at the scanner. We'll go through some videos in the future, in the short future, on how to set this thing up in Sentinel and get it configured the way you want it to. Again, subscribe on the YouTube channel because we'll get those up and ready to go too. Jenny, do I use each and every scanner you buy? Yeah, I do. I use a lot of them. So I kind of have the disease, yeah, and I got a lot more scanners off the screen than you can see. But yeah, I use these all. All right, so it looks like it wanted to power on already. So it says, welcome to SDS200. Hopefully you guys can see. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit on here for you. There we go. All right, move this out of the way. Welcome to the SDS200. Please set the clock. Daylight savings time right now is off. And I am -5. And again, this is typically only for recording and whatnot. I think today is still the 7th. And what time is it? 21. Close enough. Scan mode, nothing to scan. So here we go. Let's fire up our zip code services. Show you how quick and easy this is to get things going. My local zip, 11758. And of course, the one thing I dislike most about the zip code services is it loads everything. Like, I'm on Long Island. I don't care about listening to New Jersey or listening to Connecticut. So this is really where setting up things in your range and whatnot come into play. So I'm just trying here to jimmy up the bottom of the scanner so I'm not stuck holding it this whole time in this funny this way it doesn't shake too much on you guys. So Jenny asks, do I program them all the same? No, sometimes I do program a lot of them the same way. But most of them I have set up so that they are specific to certain things. So I'll have one radio set up for my local county fire. Another one monitors the old police stuff just in case something should come back. I have another one that does the Jason County and whatnot. So I have things that are set up certain ways. And I will be going through that too on a future video as well as to how I have my stuff set up. But yeah, definitely a very good question. All right. I didn't like having that in the video, but we're going to put this back here just to keep things level for you guys. So you hear a noise. Is there a noise coming in from the rear speaker, the rear jack right now? Is that what you guys are hearing? I have that plugged in so you can hear what's going on in the scanner. All right, so let's set up my my range on this as well. So this is a little bit different than the 536. The range is right up in front, so it's not here now. So let's go into the menu. And now menu on this scanner is over on the squelch button. So let's see. Set your location, set your zip code. Set your range. Nice clean screen. I like how big and bright this is. This is really cool. Set range. I'm going to set my range to be 2 miles out, which will still be enough to do something here. Nice display. Interesting how it's pulling in. It's getting stuck here on the county system. Again, that's encrypted, so it's getting locked up on that. Again, that's default for the database scan on this as well. Let's see if we can change the screen if it's the same. So function 9 display right here. I like how the auxiliary or the function secondary functions of these buttons are printed directly on the button. If you look at some other scanners, like here I've got the 996, where it sits between keys and it makes you stop to think, is it function 3 or function 6 that does search 3? Is it function 6 or function 9 that does the display? So it's nice to see that they take that guesswork out of this scanner by putting it right directly on the screen itself. Let's go back into menu here. I want to actually open up my scan list a little bit more. Menu, gotta learn what this is now. Manage my location, set range, and we'll go back to 5. So it is pretty cool. I like this screen on this one. Let's do function display. Oh, it's not going to like that one. Function display mode detail. Nice, crisp, colorful. I think the screen on this one looks a lot nicer than the SDS100, to be honest with you, because there's a lot more real estate on here. I think they were able to make things stick out a little bit better. So that looks really good to me as well. Again, let's do this one, function, and then push and hold display should toggle this. There we go. There's black and white. Let's invert it. Okay. And then back to color. All I'm doing for that is just pushing function and holding in the 9 key a little bit longer. There we go. Let's see if we got any questions coming in here. So how much does it cost when it goes on sale? Christopher is asking. So right now the price on the scanner is $6.99. It's brand new. It just came out, so of course you're going to pay for the top dollar on it because it is a brand new scanner. So that's I see the display on it too. Even like look how, if I move the scanner down, right, that's a pretty steep angle. I mean the ability to see what's on this screen on such a sharp angle is really, really impressive. So you can, the angle on this is really nice. And it's a very flat display too, as far as the matte finish on the way that the colors look on here. They're not glossy. They're not. They don't reflect too much. So it's a very, very easy on the eye type of thing. So I'm not expecting to hear too much. Again, I was listening to something earlier, an amateur radio net. That's what I was picking up before. So I'm not exactly sure why. Probably that the amateur radio was turned off on this in here. So I just got the local, the next county over's fire going. So let's just take that out and see if we pick anything else up while we're sitting here. But if you have any questions, let me know if you have any questions right now. This was just basically an unboxing video and just taking a look at the scanner and see what's in here. Like I said, we'll go more into using it, setting it up, playing around with this LAN port, doing a database update, all those things in a future video, and we'll take a look at that at that time. So just taking a look now and making sure that everything is working on my end. I'm just going to reload my screen here. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. the external speaker, that's what it is. I got the external speaker plugged in. I can't hear anything coming out of it. I was kind of hoping it was a line out, but it's just to allow you to plug in a line out. And where did you guys go? So this here is a speaker out. It's not a line out, so once I plug into it, I can't hear what's going on.
120 dispatch 42.
So I just noticed when I looked at my mixer that I was peaking pretty bad on the mixer, so hopefully I didn't blow out your eardrums on that one. Yeah, sorry, James. I noticed I got things plugged into this Zoom mixer over here, and I noticed it was peaking. So it should be better now. So let's see if something else comes in, and we'll give you a chance to listen to something really quick. Yeah, we got the feel on these keys here. These are nice. It's a soft rubber, it feels like. So it's a lot like the keys on the 536. Same over here. These keys over here are like that. I know some people were complaining about the backlight on these keys here. I really don't know if that's an issue for me or not. I have studio lights set up in here now, so it's very bright where I am. So I will let you know if that's if that is an issue. Now again, I can't hear what's going on the scanner, so let me grab a pair of headphones here so that I can plug into the monitor output of my mixer, and because I see a couple of comments as a hum. And I'm listening right now to the line out, and I'm not hearing the hum. Yeah, sorry about it being loud. I'm trying to pick up the next one. I'll adjust the volume again on it, and let you guys take another listen. Are you guys hearing a hum from the scanner at all, or no? Okay. Yeah, I hear it now on the line now. That might just be the gain on the channel. I kind of have a patch cord that's going around. Okay, there is definitely. I did lower the input on the on that port, so we'll see if it's any better. Okay, been humming since then. The hum should be away now. I lower the input, so I noticed that now that I'm monitoring it on the earbud. All right, do you have any questions? I can go through it. Yeah, I know. I wish that they had Bluetooth as well, but you know, for whatever reason, they are not putting Bluetooth in on the back of these. So what I was looking at before on the scan, if you look at, again, this is the 996. We have our record out, our external speaker out. Normally, you can use record out as a line jack, which is independent of the volume. Apparently, that's not built into the new SDS200. And again, I'm panning around right here, looking around for my SDS100 to give you guys a quick comparison of one from the other, but that seems to be on another desk right now, so I can't even show you the two different displays on that one. How simple is it to direct enter a frequency, for example, maybe a NOAA frequency? So, Rev, to answer your questions first, major difference between the SDS100 and 200, I noticed the display is a lot nicer on the SDS200, even though it gives you the same information. I think because they have more real estate to play with, they're able to make the lettering a lot sharper so that it's easier to read. It doesn't seem like it's as washed out as it is on the SDS100. Other than that, it's going to take a bit of getting used to kind of feel the differences out. Again, I like the SDS100. I know I have a lot of bit playing around to do on this one too. So, so far, initial reaction is it's very easy to use, very easy to get into, coming from the home patrol environment, the 436, the 536, the SDS100. It's pretty much the exact same interface that we are all familiar with. So yeah, if you like the SDS100, the SDS200 is going to really be good for you. So direct entering. I know I did this a couple of days ago on the 436. Let me see if I can remember how to do it on this one here. So I stopped it right here on a conventional channel, and we don't have NOAA over here where I'm at. They lost their lease. So let's just try this. Yeah, direct entry 146.85. Enter. Nope. I just want to just go there, and there you go. It's already direct entered in there already for you. So again, I just stopped on a channel. You just use the keypad 4610, hit the channel OK again, and there we go. So nice looking display, especially on the quick search screen. Looks like we have our upper and lower scan on here. Again, very nice, very clean display, very easy to read. This is a detailed view too, and you can customize the detail, you can customize the colors. But again, if we change it to the simple view, it still looks exactly the same. So there's apparently no difference between detailed and simple view. Yes, the BNC did lock in place on the back. So it is. I know it's kind of hard to see with the contrast in there, but it's sitting in there correctly. All right, I just lost my earpiece there for a second. All right, guys. Any other questions on the that I can answer for you right now? Go back and hit resume. So here we got a search mode. Let's see what we pick up. Let's do this. Let's do hold 146.0, and then let's resume. Just see what we pick up. That is pretty fast on the scan rate. You can see how quickly it's ripping through everything. Does it have a spectrum display? You know, I'm not really sure if it has a spectrum display. I'll dig into that. So again, I'm just using the stock antenna here. You know, I'm not expecting to hear much on here. I was listening to a ham radio net earlier to test out the other radio. Yeah, we just have some white noise in this one. This should sound better to you guys now. I like the RSSI. You see the RSSI is it's got a nice little bar graph on here as well. And that is the color. It is a slight purple color, so it is pretty close to being true. Let's do this. Let's do 440. And we should hear something coming in on here as well, besides noise. Sounds like we have the link from the local TV channels coming in here. Again, the audio should sound alright. Let me raise the audio a bit for you. Alright. Yeah, I heard too that PAPD apparently went encrypted as well. I haven't really had a chance to go through and verify myself, but I trust my sources. So Lauren's also saying that the keypad light is dim on theirs, but it's fine until the light's out. And what I'll do is when I'm done wrapping up the video, I'll take a picture of this. So if you guys want to go over to SDS200review.com, that's the site that I will be kind of documenting my reviews on this radio here, and we'll let you know. You know, there's some of the things I like. There's also a mailing list over there as well. So as I find more things that I'm liking or disliking with the radio, I'll be putting it together. Also, I'll have on my podcast at scannerschool.com. I'll be doing a full-on review of this scanner as well in about a couple weeks. I just did a preview video of this on the podcast. I don't really want to follow up really that quickly with a review without having too much time with the scanner. Christopher is asking, can this pick up encrypted frequencies? No, there's no scanner on the market that will do encrypted frequencies. It's actually illegal to pick up a frequency that you're not authorized to listen to. So you're not going to pick up, you know, anything that is encrypted, especially from a scanner radio. It's just not built into it. So the other thing to note too on this is let's just go ahead and pick right up. Here's the control channel for my local P25 system. while I was doing a search mode, it picked up on that really nicely and quickly. Let's go through the menus. Let's take a quick look at what we have in our menu system here. Again, the menu is in an odd place right over here. It's on the squelch button. Normally, it's on a keypad, you know, here. So this button here is going to take a while to get used to. So this keeps walking me, and of course, there we go. So again, we got a nice, crisp, clean display. And let's go through full database, match favorites. All right, a lot of this is exactly the same as the 436, the 536, and also with the SDS100. Let's click on Analyze. So we got in here. Yeah, well, input in the system and all that stuff. We'll worry about that later on. Yeah, we'll make some videos on that as well. Discovery mode, the same thing. Weather operation is not going to be too useful here. Tone operation is nice. It just becomes a real expensive fire pager. So I like, you know, fire pagers for doing the fire tone out stuff. So scanning is for scanning. Pages are for paging. Display options. We do backlight options. You can set pretty much everything in here, which is really nice too. If you customize the display, right? We have our the different ways of changing out simple, conventional. And we can come in through here and change pretty much anything you want on display. So if I don't want department name, I want something dealt in here. Well, actually, you can set the color and all that. I guess that's not one of the ones you can change. That was a really bad example. Let's go through detail conventional. So some of the stuff that's all in here, we could change, like service type. We can actually change, instead of being service type, we could pick something else to go in there if we wanted to, and we could change the colors and whatnot. So you could really customize what's on the display here on the scanner, which is really nice. Look at that. We have a battery indicator on the display, which I guess is a, you know, it came over from the SDS100 because you were able to change the battery indicator on the SDS100 as well. So yeah, so that shows you it's pretty much exactly the same one for one. Yeah, Lauren, I also heard too, firmware just came out. Actually, I think the firmware came out even before the unit started shipping. It was already a release was coming out on that as well. So does it have a dimmer? Let's find out if we have a dimmer on here. I am pretty sure we have our dimmer. Let's come out all the way. Again, menu. There's our dimmer. So yeah, you would push down on the volume key for your dimmer. So I guess this is all the way off. This is dim, medium, and full brightness. So let's continue with the zoom on here. So we'll go back to squelch. I think it's nice though that the size of this display on here is really nice. I wish there was a way to turn these all on. This whole thing with the system services really, to me, is a real pain in the neck. I really have lost a lot of patience using this. For example, I set up my local utility company, the Power Authority. I wanted to monitor what's going on there, and I set up a bank just for them, and when I turned that bank on, I wasn't able to hear anything. It turns out what was happening was I had in my services here, I had utilities turned off. So no matter what I was trying to do, I was never going to hear my local Power Authority coming on. So, you know, but you can go in here. You know what I do is when I come into Sentinel, I'll come in here and I'll turn these all. I'll just turn them all on. So it's just, you know, it's just something different. EMS, and even when we go to PD, or talk, or dispatch. And let's see what happens now if we go back to our full database, if we get anything else in here. Well, what was that option here too? That looked interesting. Select service types. Racing teams, racing officials. So that's different. I haven't seen that before. So that might be a new tag in here as well. All right, you guys have any other questions? Again, anybody live can ask a question over in the chat box. If you're catching this on a replay, you can always go ahead and leave your questions in the comments section below, and I'll come back on the replay and keep answering questions for you guys. So we're a little bit more than a half an hour at this point. Again, I do have some videos planned to go through more on how the scanner works. Right now, this is really just an unboxing, a setup, a quick review on how things look, and really my my first reaction to how things work. Weather alert, weather scan. This is good. Set this the same code. Cool. Again, we have nothing out here to even listen to. Okay, so you heard something in the news about the firmware on filters, right? So what the filters do is I haven't really read into this too much to fully understand it, so I may be a little bit incorrect on my explanation on it. But from the way I understand it is, the SDS100 was having an issue, I guess, with overloading when it was a strong signal. It made the whole scanner weak. So what this would do is it would help to improve the reception of the scanner when it's in a high RF environment. So I saw one video where somebody was about 1,000 feet away from the local tower, and they had the radio sit next to a couple of the radios, and then they would turn it. They would turn the inversion on the filter, and then all of a sudden it was then picking up more of the conversations or more of the transmissions than it was before. It was missing a lot of the stuff as well. So again, I had a couple of requests here just to let it scan. I'll let it sit here for a little bit. Again, I'm not expecting to hear too much based on what's going on. I was picking up some fire before, so nothing's really too active tonight. My local PD is encrypted, so yep, and just push the system. It'll take us right back to scanning at any time. Again, right here in the front, we have our USB-A, which is covered up, which is nice. Again, on the product photos, we didn't see that before. Let's hold that for a second here. So here's my neighboring county right now. This is one of their TAC channels. So I have it patched into the mixer, so hopefully we hear something on that as well. You know what? And again, too, these soft keys down here will change depending on what's going on. So if I wanted to just say lock on Division 1, I can just hit the department key, and then I can just scan Division 1, which is how that works. If I want to just lock in Suffolk County, I could just click on that, and then I can unlock the department, and we'll just stick to Suffolk County. So again, if I had it on the external antenna, we'd be able to pick up FDNY and NYPD. Right now, just here in the basement with the external antenna, there is some activity on it. It's just, time of day is pretty quiet over here as well. 7 o'clock at night, everybody's doing their fire tone paging, testing and whatnot. But as the night gets on, it does get a little bit more quiet over here. All right, guys, do you have any other questions for me before we wrap up today's video? Just let me know. In the meantime, I want to remind you that I will be writing up a full review on this as I'm going through it at SDS200review.com. We also have my podcast, which is Scanner School, and it's scannerschool.com, where we have our weekly scanner radio. Again, we got more coming in on the scanner here. Let me try this over here. Let me... while this is doing its thing. Yep. And then I'm just going to load this over here. And again, too, I want to thank my Patreon supporters. So with those people who who support the show using Patreon, really appreciate having you back us. It's always nice to have the support from all those. And if you're looking at buying the SDS200, you can do so. I have a link in the description. It's scannerschool.com/SDS200. That's my affiliate link with Scanner Master. That's who I was using to purchase a scanner from, and that's where I would definitely recommend buying yours from. Although, if whoever you decide to buy from, I'm sure you'll be happy with no matter what you do. As far as programming it, and here we go too. We'll let this one go real quick. Nope, that's coming in off my pager instead of off the scanner. So again, I want to say, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to have plenty of videos coming on this scanner. And I want to thank all of you guys for being there tonight. For those of you who caught us on the replay, again, I'll come back and answer your questions. Be sure to go to SDS200 Review and check out my review, and also sign up for the mailing list. All right, guys, it's been fun showing this to you and unboxing it. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. I got more videos coming, and it's your questions that will definitely guide me on doing the rest of the videos as well. So again, enjoy. Have a great night. And we will talk to you all soon.